Good evening. You're welcome to today's live stream. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop a comment. If you can hear me, drop a comment. If you can hear me, drop a comment. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. How has been trading? Today is Wednesday, the 26th of November. How has been trading this week? How has it been? I hope it's been profitable. I hope it's been profitable. If you can hear me, drop a comment. You're all welcome. You're welcome. You're all welcome. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the comment section. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning. How has been trading? Okay, good, good. Okay. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. So today is 26th of November and we are expecting some major news. First is from Australia. CPI data. Australia released its CPI data. That was around 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time. And as you can see, the news is positive for Australian dollar. So Australian dollar is supposed to be bullish. Australian dollar is supposed to be bullish. The previous is 3.5. The forecast is 3.6 and the actual is 3.8. So Australian dollar is supposed to be bullish. Okay, we'll confirm that on the chart. And New Zealand released its official cash rate. As you can see, the value remains the same. The forecast and the actual is the same. So this might not have much impact on New Zealand pairs. The forecast and the actual is the same. Okay. Monetary policy statement also was released. Rate statement was released, and also they held their press conference today. Okay. Then by 1:30 p.m., Great Britain pounds. Great Britain will be releasing autumn forecast statement, which is a major news. You can see that it's a major news. So if you're considering trading Great Britain pound pairs, you have to be very conservative. Okay, I would advise you wait for the news to be released before you trade. But if you want to trade before the news, ensure you apply good risk and money management. I always advise that you risk maybe 50% of your maximum daily drawdown on your first trade, and after the news, you can risk the remaining 50% of your daily drawdown. Then by 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time, United States will be releasing its unemployment claims. And you can see the forecast. The previous is 220K, and the forecast is 226. So they are expecting an increase. That's an increase of 6,000, 6,000. Okay, so the actual is less than the forecast, positive for the dollar. If the actual is less than the forecast, that will be positive for the dollar. And if the actual is higher than the forecast, that will be negative for the dollar. Take note, this is unemployment claim, okay? So if the data is less than the forecast, good for United States. If the actual is higher than the forecast, that will be negative for United States. Okay, let's go to the chart. If you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Onyedika, good morning. Chidi Onyedika, good morning. If you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. So let's start by analyzing dollar index. So dollar has been bearish. Okay, dollar was bearish all through yesterday. The dollar was bearish. Dollar was bearish all through yesterday. So if you had sold dollar yesterday, you would have made so much profit. You would have made so much profit. You had sold dollar yesterday. So what can we see on dollar charts? As you can see, the first thing they did this week was to sweep the liquidity. Okay, that was last Friday. Yeah, last Friday they swept the liquidity that was residing at this previous high, and you can see right now the market just filled a fair value gap on the daily time frame. This is the reason for the rejection we are currently seeing in the market. You can see the market just filled this fair value gap. That's the reason for the rejection. So at the moment, the dollar is bullish, but if price breaks out from this fair value gap, we should expect more sales for dollar. We should expect more sales for dollar. Okay, so dollar might come test this level if it breaks out from this level. Okay, if it breaks out from this level, we should expect it to drop to this level. So at the moment, let's see 4 hour. Okay, so you can see on 4 hour we have this support on 4 hour time frame. Dollar has created 2 supports. Today we have this support, have this support. So if price breaks out from this demand zone or your support zone, you should expect more sales on dollar. But right now I am bullish on the dollar. I am bullish on the dollar. There's a gap that was created here. You can see this fair value gap that was created here after the shift in market structure. You can see the shift in market structure occurred at this point. After the shift in market structure, it created a fair value gap. So I'd love to see price pull back to fill this fair value gap. If I want to go bearish on the dollar, I would love to see price pull back to this fair value gap before going bearish. Okay, so that's my take for the dollar at the moment. I am bullish on the dollar. I would consider selling if it fills this fair value gap. This is where I'll be looking for sales. But right now, I am bullish on the dollar. I am bullish on the dollar. I am bullish on the dollar. Okay, so let's look at yen basket. We use the yen basket to determine the strength of yen. We use the yen basket to determine the strength of yen. We do not trade yen. We do not trade dollar index. We use this instrument to determine the strength of dollar and yen. We use this instrument to determine the strength of dollar and yen. Okay. So I shared this with you guys yesterday. I told you guys expect yen to come, and we had a fair value gap here that we identified on a lower time frame. And I told you once price fills that fair value gap and the bearish reversal pattern forms on 4 hour or 1 hour time frame, you should look for sales. And you can see after price filled the fair value gap, you can see the candlestick pattern that formed. What we have here is a doji, and the next candlestick closed bearish. This would have been a good entry for bearish. This would have been a good entry for sell. You can see that. Okay, so right now yen is bearish. I told you guys that after the bearish reversal pattern forms, there is a high probability that yen will go for this low. Okay, this low. Its first target will be this fair value gap. That will be its first target. Let's go down to 1 hour. Okay, so you can see this fair value gap. This will be its first target, this fair value 1 hour. Okay, if it breaks out from that fair value gap, then we should expect it to sweep the liquidity residing at this relative equal low. So for today's market, I'm bearish on yen. Okay, so you might want to wait for price to retrace back to this fair value gap. Okay, you might want to wait for price to retrace back to this fair value gap before you start selling. Okay, you can see this fair value gap is in confluence with this support stone resistance. So this will be a very good area or zone to consider selling yen baskets. I hope you all can still hear me. I hope you all can still hear me. Mr. Isaiah, good morning. It's been a while. How are you doing? If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I am bearish on yen, but I would love to see price retrace back into this zone before going bearish. I hope that is clear. And if yen basket is bearish, it means you will look for buy opportunities on JPY pairs. If yen is bearish, you look for buy opportunity on JPY pairs. If yen is bullish, you look for sell opportunity on JPY pairs. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, first, I want to appreciate you for joining. Please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Thanks for joining. The subscribe button. Okay, so trade with £10. Let's start with the daily. So let's get the average of yesterday candle. So we're going to add up the opening and the close of that candle. Yesterday candle 1.3104 plus open and close 1.3164, 1.3164. Enter divide 2. Okay, this is 1.3134. 1.3134. Okay, so this is the average for yesterday candle. This is the average, and you can see the market opened above the average. You can see the market opened above the average, means today's trend should be bullish. GU should be bullish today. But as you can see, the market opened far above the average, okay? So I would love to see price pull back to this average value before going bullish. I hope that is clear. That is my expectation on GBP USD. You can see the market opened above the average, but it opened far above the average. If you had bought at the open of the market, you would have made close to 20 something pips. You would have made close to 20 something pips, okay? If you had entered by, you would have made close to 20 something pips. Okay, but I would advise that you wait for price to pull back to this average before you look for buys. Okay, once price hits this average value, wait for a bullish reversal pattern to form. Okay, wait for a bullish reversal pattern to form before you buy. It's also possible for price to break out from this average, because below this average value, you can see we have a fair value gap. You can see, and if you apply your Fibonacci also from this swing low to this swing high, your premium will be at this area. Your premium, discount. Your discount will be at this area. So it's also possible for price to break out from the average value to fill the gaps at discount. Okay, so just wait for a bullish reversal pattern. If after price tests this level or closes below this level, a bullish reversal pattern forms, that will be the best time and price to sell, to buy. That will be the best time and price to buy GBP USD. Okay. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Victory, good morning. Euro USD. Okay, so let's get the average for Euro USD. One point 1.1520 plus 1.1569 divided to 1.1544. Okay, so you can see also on EU, what we have here is a bullish pattern. It's a bullish pattern. You can see the market opened above the average. So we should look for buy opportunities on EU today. We should look for buy opportunities on EU today, but would love to see price pull back to this average value. Okay, I'd love to see price pull back to this average value before going bullish on Euro USD. Let's apply our Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low. You can see that price is currently at equilibrium. Price is currently at equilibrium level. You can see. So let's see what's happening on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so if the current 4-hour candle closes bearish, I would love to see Euro USD test this level or break out from this level. You can see there's a fair value gap below that level. Okay, there's a fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap here, this gap, the gap in between the low of the high of this candle and the low of this candle. You can see the fair value gap. So they might want to come and test this level. So you could look for buy opportunities at this zone. You could look for buy opportunities at this zone. Okay, that's my take. And you can see at this zone also we have resistance levels that has become support. You can see we have resistance, 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 resistance. So this is a key zone. This is a key. You can see that. So that would be a very good area to consider buying Euro USD. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Good morning, Mrs. Chibuzo. Good morning. If you have any question or pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Daniel, we're done with EU. Do you have any question on EU? Let me know. Okay, so let's move to the next pair, gold. Gold. What's happening on gold? Okay. Since the market opened, gold has been bullish. Gold has been bullish and it's still bullish at the moment. But I would not suggest you buy gold from the current market price. Okay, wait for a retracement before you buy gold. You can see that gold is currently at a premium area. If you apply your Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, you see that gold is currently at a area. Okay, you can see that gold is off equilibrium. So I would advise you wait for price to pull back. Okay, let it pull back. Let's get the average of gold. Let's get the average for gold. Four one three 4.2 plus 4130.4. 4132.4. 2.3. Four one three 2.3. Okay, so this is the average value. Okay. Four one 2.3. Okay, so today's candle opened few pips, just few pips below the average, few pips below the average. Okay, few pips below the average. So today, going by the average strategy, we're supposed to look for sell opportunity on gold. We're supposed to look for sell opportunity on gold. Okay, so I would love to see price pull back to this level. This is where I'll be looking for my buy opportunity on gold. I would love to see price test this average value. Okay, if you want to buy, patiently wait for price to pull back to this level before you buy. That's my advice. Now, the reason for this buy could be the high of this spinning top. The reason for the buy we're seeing in the market now could be the high of this spinning top, because they know after the formation of this spinning top, most retail traders would have sold. After the formation of this spinning top, most retail would have sold. And where would they have their stop loss? Their stop losses will be residing at the high of this candle. Okay, their stop losses will reside at the high of this candle. So I think what they did was to go for the stop losses residing at this previous high. That they have achieved. So there's a high probability that price might retrace from that level. There's a high probability that price might retrace from that level. Okay, so I would suggest you sell. Okay, from the current market price, you could look for sell. But if you want to buy, wait for price to pull back to this level. You can see we have a fair value gap that has been created here. This fair value gap that has been created, there's a hype that gold won't come and fill this fair value gap. Okay, gold might want to come and fill this fair value gap. So I'd advise you wait for that pullback before you look for buy. But our bias for today's using the average strategy is bearish. It is bearish. So I'm only interested in selling gold today. Okay, I'm only interested in selling gold today. Any question? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let's look at GJ. GJ has been bullish yesterday. Congratulations to those who bought GJ yesterday. I gave the signal during the class for GJ. Most of you executed the trade. Congratulations. GBP, JPY. So I think GBP, JPY is still bullish. GBP, JPY is still bullish. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. Let's see. Let's get the average for yesterday candle. Two 205.59, 205.59 plus 205.48 divided by 3. Oh, multiply 3 divide 2. 205.53. 205.53. 205.53. Point 5. Okay, the market opened below the yesterday average. It opened below the average, which is a sell signal, But after the close of yesterday candle, let's see the pattern we had on 4 hour. Let's see the pattern we had on 4 hour. Okay. Okay, so yesterday candle closed below it. Last candle for yesterday market closed below the average. And today we had an inverted hammer here. Okay. Now this buy, okay. So I think right now GJ wants to sell. Okay. So wait for this current 4 hour candle to close. If it closes bearish, you buy on GJ. Okay. Target if you are selling will be the average value. The average value should be your target if you want to sell. Okay. If you want to sell, your target should be the average value for the day, which is 205.53. That's about 50 pips from the current market price. 50 pips from the current market price. Victory, is it all the pairs you are trading? You are trading Euro, also you are trading USD, you are trading everything. Okay, so USDJPY and GBPJPY are positively correlated. So if you know the direction for GBPJPY, which I just shared with you guys, you should know the direction for USDJPY. They are positively correlated. I've also told you the trend on yen, my bias on yen. I am bearish on yen. So you should know the direction for USDJPY. But let's just look at the charts. Let's leave USDJPY. Let's look at Euro Aussie. What I'm sharing with you, all you have to do after the class is go to your chart and do your analysis, either using the average value or whatever strategy you are using. Just go to the chart. I don't have to analyze everything for you. Okay. So let's look at Euro Australian dollar. Euro Australian dollar. This chart is not clean. It's not clean. It's not clean. But if I want to take any risk on Euro Australian dollar, I want to take any risk on Euro Australian dollar, it will be sell. But since the market opened, it has been selling. So I would love to see price retrace. I don't want to sell from the current market price. Okay, so let's Euro Australian dollar. It appears the market opened below it. Let's get the average. Euro Australian dollar 1.707808 plus 1.7880 divide 1.17884. 1.17884. 1.17884. Okay, so you can see this is the average. This is the average. You can see this is the average. So you can see the market opened below the average. And the first thing it did was to test the average. You can see the first thing it did was to test the average. So entering sell right now is at a very high risk. Okay, this would have been the best entry. You can see yesterday candle closed below the average. Can you see that? Yesterday candle closed below the average, and you can see the candlestick pattern that formed on 4-hour time frame. We had a bullish shooting star. The next candlestick closed bearish. You can see that we had a shooting star, and the next candle closed bearish. So this would have been the best entry for Euro Australian dollar. Okay, so if you want to sell euro Australian dollar, I would advise to wait for price to pull back. Okay, wait for price to pull back to fill this fair value gap it has created before selling euro Australian dollar. My bias for euro Australian dollar is sell. Euro Australian dollar is bearish. Any question? Any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? If you're yet to give the video a thumbs up, please do, so that others can get to see the video. If you're yet to give it a thumbs up, please do, so that others can get to see the video. Any question? Do you have any question? Mr. Daniel, Mr. Chidi, Mr. Isaiah, Victory, Mrs. Chibuzo, do you have any question? I hope you all can hear me. Do you have any question? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? All right, all right. So since there are no questions, I would have to end the session. I appreciate every one of you for your participation, and I look forward to having you in the next class. Our next class would hold tomorrow by 10 a.m. 10 a.m. So stay tuned. Bye for now.